Hathaway won a Primetime Emmy for her voiceover work on the show.
Mm-hmm. Why are you not a fan?
Because she's fake.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She's so fake. And not like actress Hollywood fake. Like, I don't know. There's just something deep in my core that hates her. And I don't know why. I'm not a person who hates people. You know that about me. I really don't. Oh, but if I see Anne Hathaway, it's on sight.
Yeah, you're not a fan.
It's on sight. Okay, but now on to the important shit. The reason why we're here. The conspiracy theory of it all.
Boom.
I have zero ground to believe that Matt Groening is a time traveler, besides the facts that I'm going to tell you. It's not like he disappeared for some time or invested in a company and made billions, like in a company that doesn't make sense and capitalized on it. Nothing like that. All there is to prove that he's a time traveler is what he has written into the series The Simpsons that has eventually come true. Okay, we're going to start from the beginning. The year is 1990. We're in Season 2, Episode 4 of The Simpsons. The episode is titled 2 Cars in Every Garage and 3 Eyes on Every Fish.
Okay.
In the episode, Bart catches a 3-eyed fish in a river near the nuclear power plant that Homer works in.
Right. I remember the 3-eyed fish being a thing.
Yeah, and he names it Blinky. Well, in 2011, 21 years later, a man fishing in a reservoir in Argentina caught a fish that has 3 eyes.
Okay.
Not only that, but the reservoir was fed by water from a nuclear power plant.
Oh, really?
Yes. I forgot to mention that every one of these events that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to rate on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being, holy shit, it's time travel, and 1 being, that's just a coincidence. And I'd like for you to rate them with me.
Okay.
And this one, for the 3-eyed fish, I'm going to give it a 3.
That's what I was thinking.
Really?
I was thinking a 3.
Okay. Only because we all know that nuclear waste fucks up genetic material.
And it flows downstream.
Yes. So, a 3-eyed fish, rare, crazy, yes, but plausible.
Yes.
In the same season, Season 2, Episode 9, Itchy and Scratchy and Marge, people of Springfield were protesting Michelangelo's statue of David, which was being exhibited in Springfield at the time, for its nudity.
Its penis.
Its penis. I'm glad that you decided to clarify that.
For those that don't know.
Yes. Well, in July of 2016, a replica of the statue of David was erected in St. Petersburg, Russia. And guess what?
What?
People protested over the penis.
Oh my God.
There were campaigns made in St. Petersburg, Russia, to clothe the statue of David. Put clothes on the statue.
Cover that up.
Yes.
Like a bathing suit and sunglasses.
I doubt that's the look they were going for. Like a Kiss the Chef apron. So what do you think? 1 out of 10, prediction-wise.
I give it a 3. I bet that thing is protested anywhere it goes.
Okay, so I was going to do that as well, but I gave it a 6.
Whoa.
I know. I mean, penises aren't pretty. People are uptight about nudity. I totally get it. And it was probably bound to happen, but I just thought it was crazy that it was specifically the statue of David. Like, you don't hear, it doesn't make national news, people trying to put clothes on a statue.
That is
There's
weird.
plenty of nude statues.
Yeah, there are.
But, like, we're really going to try to put clothes on the statue of David? Okay, the next one. Again, this was in Season 2, Episode 18. The episode was named Brush with Greatness. Marge receives a letter from the Beatles, specifically Ringo Starr.
Yeah, my favorite one.
Turns out she had sent him a painting in high school, and now decades later he was responding to it. He had also said he was vowing to respond to all fan mail.
Oh.
No matter how long it took. Well, in 2013, 2 Beatles fans received a letter from Sir Paul McCartney. They had sent him a mixtape 50 years prior. Well, the sack of fan mail the mixtape ended up in went missing.
Ooh.
50 years later, it was found in a trunk of a car that was sold and given to the Beatles. And that's when Paul McCartney went through it and responded to every letter in that sack.
Oh my God.
50 years later, vowing that he was going to reply to everyone, no matter how much time it took. So what do you give this one?
A 5. 6?
Really? So I gave it a 3.
Really?
Yeah, and this is why, because I think in the show, when Ringo Starr was responding to fan mail, it was a joke about, like, how much fan mail they get.
Mm-hmm.
They get so much that it might take decades to respond.
Okay.
Not necessarily that letters got lost, and he
Yeah.
found them 50 years later and was responding to it. But it's an odd situation
Yeah.
that did come to fruition from The Simpsons, so I gave it a 3.
Let's give it a 4.
Fine. Now we're skipping to Season 5, Episode 10. It aired in 1993, and in this episode, Mr. Burns builds a Vegas-style casino in Springfield. It has everything that you would see at a normal Vegas casino, including 2 entertainers named Gunter and Ernest, who perform with white tigers.
Yeah.
Which is obviously a parody of Siegfried and Roy.
Right.
Well, in the episode, a white tiger named Anastasia attacks both of them during a live performance.
Oh, shit.
Then, of course, in 2003, Roy of Siegfried and Roy was attacked during a live performance, also by a white tiger. I give this one a 4 out of 10, only because it's a low score. A tiger attack was imminent.
Maybe?
Are you fucking kidding me? Decades with tigers that are supposed to be wild animals, you don't think an attack was imminent?
It was Siegfried and Roy, though. They're such professionals.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying that to predict that a tiger was going to attack Siegfried and Roy doesn't take a lot of forethought.
Yeah. You said you give it a 4?
Right. And the only reason why I scored it that high was because it did happen by a white tiger. And it did happen during a live performance. And to get those 2 details correct is pretty significant, I think.
Man.
What do you think?
I was thinking like 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. See, these aren't even the heavy hitters yet.
Okay.
I'm excited for you to hear those.
All right. So we give that one a 5 then.
Why are we having to compromise? Why can't we just have 2 scores?
Fine.
Also that season, in episode 19, lunch lady Doris is shown grabbing meat from a barrel that says assorted horse parts, and she's putting it into school lunches. 9 years later, the Food Safety Authority of Ireland found horse meat in all of the all-beef patties in like 90% of the supermarkets in Ireland.
Okay.
So what do you think about that one?
1.
That's what I put!
Yeah.
Because who knows what meat is in fucking meat all over?
Yeah.
All right, this next one caused a lot of debate.
Okay.
This one is in Season 6, Episode 8, titled Lisa on Ice. The episode aired in 1994, way before smartphones. But in the episode, it showed school bullies sitting on the stands, and one of them says, "Put a memo in your Apple Newton." Which, did you know what Apple Newtons were? We were too young, but they were basically like tablets before tablets.
Okay. Before a Palm Pilot?
Yes. So the other one picks up this tablet-looking thing and writes on it with like a stylus. He writes, "Beat up Martin." But it autocorrects to "Eat up Martha."
Oh.
Some people are saying that that episode predicted autocorrect.
Yeah.
Before autocorrect was a thing.
Weird.
However, Microsoft already had autocorrect
Oh.
for the computers, but nothing in a handheld.
Okay.
Because of that, I'm going to give this one a 1.
Oh, okay.
What would you give it?
I was thinking like a 3.
Okay. It also seems pretty predictable to me. Autocorrect?
Maybe. I mean, if you already knew about it.
However, what I think is really interesting about this is that Apple engineers said that that particular scene in the Simpsons episode gave them so much anxiety about getting the Apple keyboards correct.
Really?
In fact, they used the phrase "eat up Martha" back and forth to show how important something was. Like, this is an
Really?
"eat up Martha" moment.
Huh.
Because it was so daunting to make sure that autocorrect wouldn't fuck up everything you're trying to write.
Wow.
Also in Season 6, they showed characters using a smartwatch and video chat. And again, this was in 1994. Like FaceTime, kinda.
Yeah.
But Inspector Gadget did that shit.
Yeah, Dick Tracy.
Yeah. The last prediction that happened in Season 6 to me is a pretty heavy hitter.
Okay.
This one happened in episode 19, Lisa's Wedding. So this episode was written in 1995, and it took place in London in the future.
Okay.
Because it was Lisa's wedding.
Right.
They show the London skyline, and it's drawn almost perfectly.
Uh-huh.
Except there is a really oddly shaped skyscraper in the background.
Okay.
That is obviously not part of the London landscape.
Right.
However, in 2009, 14 years later, construction began on a building near London Bridge, and it was an oddly shaped skyscraper named the Shard. And the building looks almost identical to the one in the episode. I'm going to show you pictures. Not only is it identical, but it's in the same location.
Huh.
Okay. So over here, see that thing?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like back there.
Weird.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And it's not a regularly shaped building. It's like a giant pyramid, it looks like. I mean, like a really...
almost.
Yeah. And like I said, same location.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give that one an 8 out of 10.
Really? Okay.
What do you mean, really? How did they predict a skyscraper being built?
No. I was going to give it like a 7.5.
Okay. And my 8 was a really response?
Yep.
Okay. In 1998, they were on season 8. In episode 1, Homer becomes an inventor and creates things like an electric hammer and a makeup gun. At one point in the episode, it shows him standing in front of a chalkboard doing very complex equations. Well, it turns out that the equation on the blackboard was the Higgs-Boson equation.
Really?
And he had solved it. He solved it 14 years before scientists did.
Oh my God.
Also known as the God particle.
Yeah.
Now, when I say solved it, he came extremely close.
Oh.
I mean, well, it was solved, but it's like let's say that I'm not smart enough to know what the answer is.
Me either.
But let's say the answer is 147. He got like 132.
Okay.
Like he was so close.
Never should have been that close.
Yeah, never should have been that close. What do you think that one is?
I give that one an 8.
An 8 for solving the God particle?
Before it had been solved?
14 years before it was solved.
Yeah. I mean, it's just an equation, right?
Yes, but it took scientists like 40 years to figure out.
Yeah, maybe I'd give it a 10.
Man, you are a hard audience. You might want to lower it from a 10, though, because the writers on staff at The Simpsons are mathematicians.
Uh-huh.
So they knew about this equation.
Right.
And kind of slapped together a solution.
Okay.
And it turned out to be correct.
Gotcha.
In the following season, Bart gets sick, and Marge gives him a book called Curious George and the Ebola Virus. Again, this is the late 90s, and Ebola obviously has been around.
Yeah.
But there had not been an outbreak in decades.
Right.
And then, of course, in 2014, there was a major Ebola outbreak.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I give that one a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, because it's bound to happen.
Yeah. In season 10...
What I think is strange is how many things that he's getting right within such a short amount of time of each other.
Right. These are... It's almost like every season there's 1 or 2 things that come to fruition.
At least, yeah.
In season 10, Homer goes to pitch a script to some Hollywood execs, and when he pulls up to the building, it says 20th Century Fox, and then below it in smaller letters says a division of Walt Disney, which was not real.
Right.
It wasn't even referenced in the show, it was just a small sign.
Uh-huh.
However, in 2017, years and years and years later, Disney did purchase Fox for $52.4 billion. That's weird.
That's weird. That's also kind of one of those things for me that's might be bound to happen.
Right. That's why I gave it a 3 out of 10, because I don't know enough about the movie industry. Maybe that was something sitting on the dock for a while.
I would give it like a 4 or 5.
Okay. Well, in 1999, in season 11, Homer makes a hybrid plant using a tomato plant and a tobacco plant.
A tobacco plant.
Yes, he did. And then in 2003, a man named Rob Bauer created a tobacco plant.
That's fucking... Why?
Well, That one I just threw in there for fun because it turns out that guy's like a huge fan of the show.
Oh.
So he really just wanted to do it.